the story Silk Road by Nick Middleton. Nick Middleton. Nick Middleton was a writer who was famous not because he was a writer. It was because he visited as many as 70 countries. Understood? And he paid visit to places which were very difficult. And he wrote many articles and stories of great interest. And people appreciate him for his contribution to English literature. Now, in this story, the writer is talking about things which you need to feel before you understand. The reason is there are so many things that cannot be described. The words cannot describe all the emotions, human emotions that we feel. There are only some who can express exactly how we feel when we are amazed by the beauty of nature or certain waves of feelings that we experience and the ecstatic joy, the ecstasy that sometimes we get to feel. Here, the writer, through the story Silk Road, what he means to say is that Silk Road was there, rather, it had been there for thousands of years, used for transportation of things, goods that were of day to day importance or day to day use. People in the ancient world benefited from this Silk Road, especially the Chinese emperors used to bring dogs, black dogs from Tibet to the imperial courts of the Chinese emperors to be used as hunting dogs are understood, and the cultural heritage, the exchange of cultural heritage, and even things like the warm skin coats and leather articles, different things went from one place to another using this Silk Road. Now, my question is the writer found it important to name his story Silk Road. Why? And the writer is going to the holiest place, one of the holy places. I must not say the holiest because there are so many religions in this world. Understood? Thousands of people, crores of people practice different religions. So, to the Hindus and Buddhists, Kailash is a holy place and they do the core. Core means they do they walk around it and for nirvana. There are two main characters. They One is the writer himself, Nick Middleton, and the other is Norm, a Tibetan scholar. Okay, what happened? What the writer wants to tell us is the writers, before he started the journey, the reason why he wrote this story, the reason why he wrote it was For the human beings, the biggest enemies the human beings have got are fears. Understood? Our fear and our the negative sinners, lethargy, you know, like negativity. The main enemy is our fear. The only thing that prevents us from excelling or from doing something is our fear. If anybody cannot do anything in life, primary reason is fear. And the second one is your lethargy. And it comes out of giving importance to the weakness. If you are physically fit and mentally alert, you are fit to do something. But if you are physically fit but mentally not mentally alert, then you cannot be given any responsibility to carry out. The main thing in this story is the writer is fighting fear. Fear to reach a place because the writer has started his journey from a place called Rabu. Where is this place? It is in Tibet, right? It is in Tibet. Tibet is in China now. Though earlier it was a part of India. Clear? It occupied. Now it's no more ours. The writer in this story wanted to say that if you are going to Kailash, Mansarovar, or if you are going to Mansarovar, you have reached Kailash. It's very close. Understood? So going to Kailash from Rahu was a very difficult decision by those who want to go on a pilgrimage. Understood? For those who want to go to that place, reach that place, because it involved crossing high mountains, right? Or mountain passes, harsh natural conditions, snow, lakes, valleys, understood? Snow-capped mountains. Is this a very easy journey? If you go to a place like that with fear in your heart, is it possible for you to go? Can you imagine going to a place like that with fear in your heart? Like Shakespeare said, cowards die before their death. If you are coward, who are coward? Means those who are afraid of facing the challenges of life. Believe it or not, every new day is a battle in our life. Because if you think that you are very rich and you don't have any problems, not battle anymore. For me, life is not a battle. Yes, it is a battle. With money, you cannot win the battle of your life. Life means there are some inside enemies also. Can you put them in check? Even the richest sometimes make mistakes, which they repent all their life. So, physical security is not emotional security. Financial security is not mental security. If you are mentally imbalanced, if you have some mental problems to fight, can you solve them with money? If you are a mental patient, understood, can you cure all these ailments with money? Money cannot be a treatment. It cannot be solution. It needs to be used to be cured, isn't it? Money needs to be used to free you from that disease, right or not? So nobody is free. Life is full of problems. If we are not succeeding, understood? If we are not succeeding, if we are not making progress in life, it is only because of our fear. For the writer was not afraid of facing the challenges. It was because though he was not physically fit, but he was fearless. He didn't know what was fear. And that was the reason he started the journey. How did he start the journey? He started the journey by car. From where? Ravu. On the morning of departure, the sky was blue and beautiful. The sky looked pink as the sun rose over the mountains. Two people who accompanied the writer was the translator Daniel and the driver Setan. Setan was a good driver. When they were going, Setan drove not only carefully, he drove the car safely. Why? It was because journey to Kailash involved crossing high mountain passes, snow-capped mountains, hilly areas, roads, right? Zigzag track. So they started their journey using the shorter route and hope there would be no snow. But believe it or not, they had snow to clear, but they used the presence of mind to cross those snow. They collected soil, sprayed them over the snow, and then drove the car. Second time they faced, he was a good driver. He said, I myself will do it, leave it to me. Satan crossed that particular snow, and then he called his Daniel, the translator, and the writer, Nick Middleton. They reached a, they climbed to a place. Understood? It means high mountain pass where the writer began to feel weak. It means that place made the writer feel sick. They actually, as it was a, pilgrimage, understood? Or visit to a holy place. Clear? Naturally, they thought of praying. Went out of the car, sat near a pile of stones, and prayed. After the prayer was over, they decided, Satan decided to go down quickly. When they went down quickly, the writer now feels better. Then they went near a lake. They took their lunch near a salt lake. It was a salt lake. The lake was a salt lake. After that, they reached a small dirty town called Hor, where the writer took tea in a cafe. After taking tea in a cafe, they set out for, they started for their journey. They started their their journey and reached Darchen at night. Darchen is another town. Understood? The writer was sitting and reading a book in a cafe in Darchen when he met a Tibetan scholar, Norbu. Norbu actually goes to Beijing. Understood?
Mm.
He was a Tibetan scholar, but his place of work is
Beijing.
Beijing. As the writer entered into a conversation with Norbu, he came to know that even though
Mm.
Norbu was a Buddhist, but he was half Buddhist. Half Buddhist why? Because he was not a strong believer. Understood? He actually believed in Buddhism, but he actually thought that uh, he should do the core. Understood? So he came to do the core. Clear? Along? So he was not half interested. He was not interested. But when he met the writer, he thought of going with the writer. He didn't say no. Then they together decided to go to Kailash from Dachin. Here, what happened? They did not find it important to take Setan with them because Setan was not ready to go also. Setan left that place. Clear? He went back by car. Clear? Understood? Now, instead of going by car, they decided to go by yaks. Clear? So, they finally reached that particular place and might have done their goal. Understood? So, here what the writer wants to say that, believe it or not, writer himself believed that there was a place for spiritual what? Spirituality. There is presence of God can be felt. It cannot be described. Kailash was the holiest place on earth. When you reach there, believe it or not, you feel Kailash and Mansarovar were the two places that actually amazed the writer. He was impressed. When he went there and did the core, he understood that he was doing something holy. And it was only possible because when you have love, understood?
Mm.
Love, you are free from your fear. The freedom from his weakness of his body was made possible, understood,
Mm.
due to love for a visit to that holy place.
Yes.
It if he had love, immense love, understood, which made him reach all the boundaries, clear,
Mm.
obstacles, all the problems that he faced during his journey to that holiest place on earth. Understood? Nothing could prevent him from reaching that place because he had respect,
Mm.
he had love for immense love for to make a visit to that holy place. And from his love, he got the ability to defeat the fear in him to reach there. Though he was not physically fit, understood,
Mm.
though he fell sick, he got over his sickness or he got the treatment. When he fell sick at that chain, he went to a medical college where a Tibetan doctor who didn't wear the dress, who didn't uniform, he didn't wear the uniform of a doctor, but he didn't look like a doctor, but he gave the treatment, and he gave the medicines that were not modern medicines, different medicines, dust and all, understood, some deshi medicines which were enough to cure him, and the hospital looked like a monastery. Okay, fine. So if you think that you have understood the story from A to Z, understood, please don't forget to give me a like. But before that, I want you to answer a few questions. What was the name of the girl, understood, who gave him a farewell gift?
Lamu.
Lamu. Okay, good. What was the name of the writer?
Nick Middleton.
Nick Middleton. What was the name of the translator?
Translator.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Okay, fine. How did the sky look when they start their journey on the morning of departure?
Blue and beautiful.
Blue and beautiful. Very good. All right. What was the name of the driver who took them to Darchin?
Satan.
Setan. Very good. Who did he meet in Darchin?
Mm.
Norbu,
Norbu.
a Tibetan scholar.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I hope you have understood the story, and I'm sure that you must not hesitate to give me at least one like. If you think that I should get one like from you, please don't hesitate. Okay, bye.